Good day, everyone. Today I am going to discuss the sentence expansion, modification, coordination, and compression. Let's start with the sentence expansion, expanding sentences. Expanding sentences is the process of adding one or more words, phrases, or clauses to the main clause or independent clause. We have an example here. The dog ran. The sentence is a little bit boring. So let's see if we can expand it a little bit. Let's start with who. So I have describing words the happy and orange. So let's put this in front of the word dog to tell us more about the dog. The happy orange dog ran. Okay, but I think we can do better. What? What is he doing? We add across the field. So we have the happy orange dog ran across the field. Let's go to when. When does this happening? We can say on a sunny day. Can you add where are they at? At the park. On a sunny day at the park, the happy orange dog ran across the field. Let's let's stretch some more though. Do you see that as my sentence stretching the picture is getting more detailed? Let's add why in there. Why that the dog running at the park? Because he was playing with Sam and Lola. On a sunny day at the park, the happy orange dog ran across the field because he is playing with Sam and Lola. How did we expand our sentence? All we did to expand our sentence, we added the five W's: the who, what, when, where, and why. So let's compare our sentences. If you were to close your eyes and only visualize or picture in your head what is the sentence is about, which one will give you more detail? The dog ran, or on a sunny day at the park, the happy orange dog ran across the field because he is playing with Sam and Lola. Which do you think is more interesting and fun? I think the one more detailed. Next is sentence modification. Modification is a syntactic construction in which one grammatical element, example, a noun, is accompanied or modified by another, example, an adjective. The first grammatical element is called a head or head word. The accompanying element is called a modifier. Modifier is a word or a group of words that modifies or changes the meaning of a noun or a verb. It gives information or details about it. Adjectives and adverbs are modifiers in English. An adjective modifies a noun or a pronoun, and an adverb modifies a verb. An adjective and an adverb are sometimes a complete sentence. We have two types of modifiers: the pre-modifiers and the post-modifiers. Pre-modifiers, a modifier that comes before the noun it modifies. In a pre-modifiers, we have five things. First, the determiners, present participle, past participle, adjectives, and nouns. Post modifiers, a modifier that comes after the noun it modifies. In a post modifiers, we have six things: the prepositional phrases, relative clauses, present participle phrases, past participle phrases, infinitives or infinitive phrases. Last is the appositives and appositive phrases. We have four types of determiner. A determiner is a word or a group of words that determines a noun that helps us to specify a noun. So we have four types: article, demonstrative, possession pronouns, and quantifiers. Determiner, article a and the. I need a book. A is one and unspecified. Is an article, indefinite article, working as a modifier, also an adjectives. Next, I need a book. The refers to a specific thing. The modify the is the modifier here, definite article, and an adjectives. Next is demonstratives. This, that, this, those. This girl is beautiful. That girl is beautiful. These girls are beautiful. Those girls are beautiful. This, that, this, those used a modifier and adjectives in the sentence. Why? Because these words gives information about the noun. Next is the possession pronouns: my, your, his, her, their, our, its. That is my car. That is your car. That is their car. My, your, their modifies the car, tells us the possession of the car. So next is the quantifiers: some, few, a few, the few, many, several, a lot of, lots of. Example, I have some student to teach. We had many memories with this batch. Some and many is our modifier. Second type of pre-modifier is the present participle. A present participle is an ing form of verb that works in adjectives. So we'll have an example. We'll have one noun and modify it. A smiling person always look good. Smiling is the present participle and ending with ing and modify the noun, which is person. Next is the past participle. A past participle is the form of a verb that works in adjectives. Let's have an example. A motivated person can do anything. Motivated is a past participle and modify the noun person. Next is the adjectives, a word that describe a noun. Let's take some example. You are a good person. A is an article or our modifier. Good is our adjective and person is a noun or modifying word. Lastly is nouns, a word other than a pronoun, used to identify any of a class of people, places, or things. Common noun, or to name a particular one of these is the proper noun. Example, I make a YouTube videos. What kind of videos did I make? I make YouTube videos. YouTube is a noun basically, but it is modifying the word videos because it gives information the noun videos. Note, always place a pre-modifier just before the noun it modifies and after a determiner. Structure of a pre-modifier. Determiner plus any of the pre-modifier except determiners plus noun or modifying word. So you cannot say my father is doing office some work. This is incorrect. First, the determiner is some, then the modifier office, then the noun work. My father is doing some office work. We cannot say we need motivated these people. First, the determiner this, Then the modifier motivated and a noun people. We need these motivated people. Let's talk about the post modifier. So in post modifier, we have six things. First, the prepositional phrases. Example, look at the girl in the blue top. In the blue top is a prepositional phrase that's working as a modifier, giving information about a noun girl. Next, he is a man of his words. Of his words is a prepositional phrase that modify the noun man. Next is the relative clauses. A relative clause is a clause that starts with the relative pronoun which, that, who, whom, whose, and works as an adjective. It comes after it comes just after the noun it modifies. Let me show you an example. A woman who never gives up always wins the game. What kind of a woman? Who never gives up? Who never gives up is a relative clause that starts with who and a relative pronoun working as a post modifier because it's coming after the noun woman. Let's take some example. He is the man whom I love. Whom is a relative pronoun and whom I love is a relative clause. Next is the present participle phrases. The guy standing next to Ria is a thief. Standing next to Ria is a present participle phrase that modify the noun guy. Next, the children wearing the red dress are from a school. The wearing the red dress is the present participle phrase that modifying the noun children. Next is the past participle phrases. A past participle phrase is a phrase that starts with a past participle and works an adjective. So let's have an example. The man arrested by the police is a serial killer. Arrested by the police is our past participle phrase that modifying the noun man. Next, I am living in a house built by my grandfather. Built by my grandfather is our past participle phrase that modify the noun house. Next is the infinitives or infinitive cases. An infinitive is a base form of a verb that works as a noun and adjective or an adverb. Let me show you example. I have a lot of people to meet today. To meet is an infinitive giving information about the noun people, specifying it. Next, he is looking for a girl to marry. To marry is our infinitive modifying the noun girl. Last is the appositives. An appositive modifies a noun or a pronoun by renaming it. Example, my friend Sheena is a YouTuber. Sheena is an appositive post modifier that is renaming the noun my friend. Karina Singh, a very popular dancer in Malaysia, is working on a reality show. A very popular dancer in Malaysia is an appositive that is renaming the noun Karina Singh. Let's go to the coordinating sentences. Coordination or parataxis is the joining of words, phrases, or clauses of the same type to give the equal emphasis and importance. Coordinating conjunction is a word that joins two independent clauses. The most common coordinating conjunction are or, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Note that a comma precedes the coordinating conjunction when joining two clauses. Fanboys are connectors. If fanboys connect two words or phrases, don't use a comma. Example, the office party will feature cupcakes and lobster. Don't use a comma if fanboys connect two verb phrases. We can either order lobster or stay within our budget. If fanboys connect items in a series, use commas between each item. The accounting department will probably recommend cupcakes, celery sticks, and water. Use commas between independent clauses joined by fanboys. Jane will bake some decoy cupcakes, and Laurie will sneak in the lobster. Remember that an independent clause is basically just a sentence, and you can mush two sentences into one sentence without something between them. That's when you get run on sentences. Divide them using one of the fanboys. Coordinating conjunctions connect clauses of equal strength. They need comma. Casey is an introvert, yet he likes office parties. Let's practice punctuating these examples. Office parties tend to be boring, awkward, or awesome. Do we need to put a comma? Yes, use comma in a series. So we have office parties tend to be boring, awkward, or awesome. Next, let's hope that Larry and the boss don't get into a fight over the lobster. Do we need to put a comma here? And is connecting two nouns. No comma. Next, Cassie loves a cupcake, but she doesn't like lobster. But is connecting two independent clauses. Use comma. So we have Cassie loves a cupcake, but she doesn't like lobster. Larry breeds genetically modified lobster after he finishes his workday. No comma needed here. After is not one of the fanboys. Last is the sentence compression. Sentence compression produces a shorter sentence by removing redundant information, preserving the grammatically and the important content of the original sentence. So we have the light verb construction. Steven made an attempt to stop playing hearts. So let's compress it. Steven attempted to stop playing hearts. Next, noun phrase modified by relative clause. I was amazed by the fact that he rapidly drew the picture. Compressed sentence. I was amazed by how rapidly he drew the picture. I was amazed by his rapid drawing of the picture. Next, adverbial noun phrase. She used to look at me in a pensive manner. Compressed sentence. She used to look at me pensively. Relative clause. He was warned by a light that flashed repeatedly. Compressed sentence. He was warned by a flashing light. Prepositions. George gave his wife as a birthday present a cat from Persia. George gave his wife a Persian cat. Next, genitives. The arrival of the train was unexpected. The train's arrival was unexpected. Active or passive voice. The retreating guerrillas were soon pursued by the government forces. Government forces soon pursued the guerrillas. Cleft sentence. It was John who wore his best suit to the dance last night. John wore his best suit to the dance. Thank you and keep safe, everyone.